said it was on. Well, now it's Junior Rodeo on.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the hours Penny puts into getting her PhD in pure savagery.
What?
He said maybe we should enter you in the killer robot competition.
Number 50. Penny doesn't share Sheldon's interests. Although Sheldon and Penny would eventually become one of the show's best duos, it definitely takes them a while to get there. After Sheldon gets himself fired from the university, Penny ends up stuck with him as her shopping buddy, and he's got a running commentary on literally everything she does. No, really, everything.
Oh boy.
What now?
Well, there's some value to taking a multivitamin, but the human body can only absorb so much. What you're buying here are the ingredients for very expensive urine.
Well, maybe that's what I was going for.
Well, then you'll want some manganese.
Even the produce aisle sets him off on one of his fascinating tangents.
Oh, the thing about tomatoes, and I think you'll really enjoy this, is they're shelved with the vegetables, but they're technically a fruit.
Interesting.
Isn't it?
No, I mean what you find enjoyable.
Fascinating if you're Sheldon, that is. It would still take him a while to catch on to Penny's trademark sarcasm, but we certainly didn't miss it. Let's just say we don't think she'll be inviting him along on another grocery run anytime soon.
Maybe tomorrow we can go to one of those big warehouse stores.
Oh, I don't know, Sheldon. It's gonna take me a while to recover from all the fun I had today.
Number 49. Did you hear about the new neighbor? Dealing with nightmare neighbors feels like a universal rite of passage, though few of us panic at the idea of new ones quite as much as Sheldon.
Hey, did you hear the people upstairs in 5A are moving out?
Why?
The people upstairs are moving out.
No! The horror.
We're surprised that no one pointed out that he is the pain-in-the-neck neighbor. Anyway, once Sheldon falls down the rabbit hole of all that could go wrong, Penny realizes that there's nothing more she can do but join him down there.
Anyone could rent that apartment now. An opera singer, the cast of Stomp. Yeah, a tap dancing pirate with a wooden leg.
Why are you making it worse?
I tried making it better. He wouldn't go for it.
Of course, Alicia, the woman who moves in, proves to be a nightmare neighbor, but not for Sheldon. But more on that later. Still, we wonder who Penny would rather have living in the building. Alicia, a tap dancing pirate, or Howard Wolowitz.
We can all spend some more time together, if you catch my drift.
The horror.
Number 48. Taking down Leonard's imaginary gang. It's no secret Leonard's insecure about his relationship with Penny, so when she befriends another student in her community college class with a sexy English accent, all alarm bells go off.
I can't talk right now. Hanging with my boyfriend. England sucks, you suck, USA #1.
Normally, Leonard's brand of jealousy is whining to his friends. However, here he takes it up a notch with some painfully awkward attempts at marking his territory as the boyfriend.
I like to keep my distance because her boyfriend's a pretty scary dude.
Really?
Yeah, he's ganged up.
She told me he's a scientist.
That's the name of his gang.
Only he's not quite as smooth as he thinks, and Penny has no patience for his little performance. She cuts him down with that signature blend of blunt honesty and razor-sharp timing. Penny can often be needlessly cruel to Leonard, but this time he gets the verbal reality check he deserves.
Hi.
Hey! Shouldn't you be out with your gang spray painting equations on the side of buildings?
Number 47. The Last Dumpling. Dinner with Sheldon usually comes with a side of unsolicited jibber-jabber and a heaping portion of his inflated ego.
Who wants the last dumpling?
Oh, me.
So with one dumpling left, he can't resist launching into a long-winded explanation about why he deserves it. Honestly, anyone who had to sit through that earned the dumpling way more than he did. You'd think Sheldon would have learned from all those movies that monologuing your plans rarely turns out well. Sure enough, there goes the dumpling, and along with it, his fragile sense of pride.
Thank you all for this high honor.
We guess Penny really got under his skin because he fires back with a callous comeback that burns faster than a freshly steamed dumpling.
I've seen pictures of your mother. Keep eating.
Number 46. Penny defends the ring. Sometimes savagery works for evil, other times it works for good. Penny shows both in this episode. She's less than thrilled when the guys come home without her dinner, and honestly, that would push us into hanger too.
Anyway, we followed the guy to this garage sale and they had the coolest stuff.
They were closing up. We got this whole box for $60.
We didn't even get to go through it all. There could be anything in here.
There a new girlfriend in there? Because you might need one.
But she also steps up, agreeing to guard the ring when it nearly tears them apart.
Would you hold on to this for a couple of days?
Why?
It's a prop from a movie. We're kind of fighting over it.
Okay, just to be clear, the first piece of jewelry my boyfriend gives me is a prop from a movie and I don't even get to keep it.
Not that wearing it around her neck stops Sheldon from making a grab for it. The real savagery, though, isn't the attack itself, brutal as it is, but the way she then tells Leonard about it so casually. If Sheldon had stuck around long enough to overhear her nonchalance, he might have needed another band-aid for his ego.
I'm bleeding!
What was that?
Sheldon tried to take the ring and I punched him.
That's my girl.
Number 45. Penny enjoys the parental shenanigans. A little too much. Sheldon and Leonard have always been like brothers, but this is probably as close as they get to actually becoming family.
Would you like to share a cat?
That would be fine.
Where are you staying?
I'm at the Westin.
Well, so am I. Can I interest you in a nightcap?
I think that you could.
We're not sure which of them is more freaked out by the idea, but we do know who's loving every second. Penny. Season 10 picks up right where Season 9 left off, with thoughts of Sheldon's mom and Leonard's dad hooking up, keeping them both awake.
You realize you and I could become brothers.
We're not gonna be brothers. We're not gonna be stepbrothers. Go to sleep.
I hope you're right. Because a grown man living with his brother and his brother's wife is weird.
Well, really, it's Sheldon keeping Leonard awake. Penny tries to end the conversation so everyone can get some shut-eye by dropping a remark so savage that it would have left Mary and Alfred more winded than whatever may or may not have happened before 9:30 p.m.
Your parents are old. Anything unspeakable was finished by 9:30. Go to sleep.
Number 44. Educating Sheldon on earthly manners. Now that Penny and Leonard are officially a thing, it's time for Leonard to meet some of her friends. It's sweet that he's trying, but honestly, it mostly leaves her cringing, and she can't hide it.
I can't believe they're not being penalized with the loss of a down and by having to move the line of scrimmage back to the spot of the foul.
Here, have some pizza, sweetie.
But you know I'm lactose intolerant.
I know, I just need you to stop talking.
If Leonard's over-the-top energy was bad, wait until Sheldon shows up with a neighborly request. By the way, the stuff he's telling Penny isn't wrong. Thanks to him, TBBT fans can keep their bread fresher longer.
You shouldn't keep your bread in the refrigerator. Staleness is caused by crystallization of the starch molecules, which occurs faster at cool temperatures.
But perhaps now isn't the time for that lecture. Telling someone to say thanks would have been fine, but that on-Earth bit hits harder than a home run.
On Earth, we'd say thank you.
Number 43. Dumb Space Bear. Penny doesn't always get the guy's hobbies and interests, something we'll see more than once today.
Happier playing his dopey Star Trek game with his friends than hanging out with me.
Wars.
What?
Star Wars, they get all cranky when you mix the two up.
What's the difference?
There's absolutely no difference.
And as hard as Leonard tries, he just can't seem to get her into Star Wars. In this particular example, Sheldon unthinkingly repeats some of Howard's comments about mixing business and pleasure in front of the ladies.
Howard explained to me how awful it would be if he had to work with his significant other.
He said what?
Now, don't be insulted. He just thinks too much of you would be mind-numbingly tedious.
Penny, of course, jumps to Amy's defense. Yet when Sheldon points out this double standard, she cuttingly points out why it's not the same. Not only does she take down Leonard here, but also Chewbacca. And we're guessing all the fans of the dumb space bear felt a disturbance in the Force too.
You can't tell her what she can and cannot do.
Last week you told Leonard he couldn't wear his Wookiee jacket out in public.
That's different. I'm not going to the mall with someone dressed like a dumb space bear.
Number 42. Bazooka. Shamey certainly has a unique relationship, and one that often makes little sense to their friends.
What are you gonna do? Doesn't he know you have a boyfriend?
Oh, she doesn't have a boyfriend. She has a Sheldon.
Penny may have been instrumental in helping these two reach various milestones, but that doesn't mean she doesn't have her fun too. Usually, it seems like it's because she still can't quite get her head around the idea that someone willingly chose Sheldon to be their boyfriend.
If you were having Sheldon's baby, would you really want him in the room?
Yeah, if he's in the room when they're making the baby, I'll give you $10.
You can always trust her to whip up some snappy comments that are typically as funny as they are sharp. It's okay though, it's always done with love. We assume even Sheldon knew that when he unintentionally set Penny up for this zinger.
Ignore them, Amy. They're just jealous because they'll never have a relationship as good as ours.
Isn't this when he says bazooka or something?
Number 41. Penny advocates for Amy's Valentine's night. We're not quite done with the shamey savagery quite yet. It's Valentine's Day, and everyone's got plans. Leonard and Penny plan on keeping things low-key, which is just as well, as Raj needs a dog sitter for the night.
You have Valentine's plans? Which came out sounding way more surprised than I meant. Here, let me try that again. You have Valentine. See, I can't do it.
Meanwhile, Howard, Bernadette, Sheldon, and Amy plan for a romantic night on the rails. Well, Howard and Bernadette do. No one's hopes are particularly high for Sheldon and Amy, certainly not Penny.
And I'd like for at least one of us to see some action, so if you guys happen to have sex, it's cool if she stays in the room.
Hey, same goes for the two of you with Amy.
It was kinda sad when Raj said it, but it's brutally hilarious when Penny piles on. Perhaps if they had followed Raj's instructions, they wouldn't have had to spend their Valentine's Day at the vet arguing over the definition of a while.
Been in there like half an hour.
Yeah, for future reference, that's a while.
Number 40. Telling Leonard she'll miss him too. If there's one message the writers hammered home over the years, it's that Leonard and Penny had no business being together.
I love you.
Who cares?
They know it, their friends know it, the audience knows it, heck, even Sheldon knows it. In fact, he uses it against Leonard while trying to talk him out of taking a job on the high seas.
Things between you and Penny have never been better. I hope 4 months apart doesn't change anything. I should have opened with that, huh?
Unsurprisingly, Sheldon gets in Leonard's head, but luckily, Penny's there to quiet that little voice. Look, you can say a lot of things about Penny, but you can't say she isn't supportive, even if her encouragement is a bit backhanded. If there's one thing Penny excels at, it's tough love.
I'm a little worried because things between us have been so great, and I'd hate to do anything that screws that up.
No, sweetie, if you're gonna screw things up, it's gonna be while you're here, not while you're away.
Number 39. Penny and Leonard make art. This episode opens with another of those tough love moments.
You can't be this proud.
Why not?
Because I beat you!
But don't get us wrong, it's not like Lenny didn't have their moments. For instance, Leonard buys them a Valentine's Day gift from the dirty store. Much like Penny, we were surprised to see this side of him too.
We cover ourselves in body paint, and then we get on this big canvas and do our thing.
Oh, it's kind of a big step for a guy who only recently agreed to take his socks off.
Their first attempt is nothing to write home about, but their second attempt is much more, colorful. But then comes the big question. What does one do with the artwork made by one's body? If you ask us, the only thing more diabolical than their solution is that we didn't get to see Sheldon's reaction when they gifted it to him.
We could give it to Sheldon and tell him William Shatner painted it.
God, I love you. I love you so much.
Number 38. Not having Leonard's back. Perhaps one of the show's more awkwardly aged running jokes is that Leonard's relentless pursuit eventually wore Penny down.
I don't have much experience turning men down. It wasn't so much fun.
You get used to it. Some guys you have to turn down over and over.
And sometimes we marry them anyway.
Honestly, if we had a nickel for every time that joke came up, we'd probably be on the list of the world's richest people by now. Even Leonard is sometimes in on it, and sure, we guess it's kind of sweet that his wife has his back occasionally.
Why don't you two hit the old mattress and whip up a family?
Okay, we're not gonna have a baby just to make you guys feel better.
Yeah, if we're gonna have a baby, it's gonna be when we are ready or when I'm certain Penny is gonna leave me.
Exactly.
Though she definitely didn't that one time when everyone was discussing how different their Sheldonless lives might have been. The others laugh at Leonard's self-assurance, but Penny delivers the coup de grace, sharp, witty, and just the tiniest bit cruel.
You wouldn't be dating Penny.
Well, you don't know that. I've been going to the Cheesecake Factory for years. I could have picked her up.
Oh, you weren't joking.
Number 37. Forcing Sheldon on the party bus. Penny's determined to throw Leonard a birthday party, but quickly learns that organizing one with his friends won't be a cakewalk. Or should we say birthday cakewalk?
Well, but for the record, I've never had a threesome, and yet I still know I won.
Howard, here's here's the difference. The possibility exists that Leonard could have a birthday party before hell freezes over.
Perhaps the biggest obstacle is getting Sheldon on board. Surprise, surprise, or no surprise really, because he'd hate it, Sheldon's not the partying type. We're only about halfway through season 1, but clearly Penny's already figured out how to bend Sheldon to her will.
Okay, here's the deal. You either help me throw Leonard a birthday party, or so help me God, I will go into your bedroom and unbag all of your most valuable mint condition comic books. And on one of them, you won't know which, I'll draw a tiny happy face in ink.
Her threat probably made comic book collectors everywhere gasp in horror and make sure their own comic books are well hidden so they don't befall the same fate as Sheldon.
You can't do that. If you make a mark in a mint comic book, it's no longer mint.
Sheldon, do you understand the concept of blackmail?
Well, of course Oh. Yeah, I have an idea. Let's throw Leonard a kick-ass birthday party.
Number 36. Penny opts out of a Sheldon replacement. We've seen time and time again that Sheldon will do anything for the pursuit of science. In this case, he sets up a comfortable environment, complete with a pair of noise-canceling headphones that work like a charm.
Your George Lucas autograph is really a me autograph.
Yeah, well, once I was too lazy to walk across the hall, so I used your toothbrush.
However, as soon as he finds out, a comfy tush and an inspirational Richard Feline Man poster aren't quite enough to power up a light bulb moment. As he storms away from all those constant interruptions, Penny quips that perhaps one Sheldon is quite enough.
Any progress?
How could there be with these constant interruptions?
I love him, but if he's broken, let's not get a new one.
Well, at least by the end of the episode, she finds his off switch, so perhaps she doesn't have to swear off all future Sheldon models quite yet.
No, I don't want to go to sleep. You can't make me.
You're right, we can't.
Yeah, darn straight you can't. Try to tell a grown man to go to sleep.
Soft kitty, warm kitty.
Number 35. Gullible weenies are such a turnoff. It's no secret that Sheldon doesn't think much of Leonard's field of work. Well, actually, in his mind, his own is the only one that matters. So when he hits a string theory wall, he turns to Leonard for advice.
Which of these areas do you think is the most promising?
Well, I think there's some really innovative stuff going on in dark matter.
That's helpful.
Of course, this is Sheldon, so Leonard should know better than to assume his opinion is truly valued. Luckily, Penny's there to spell it out.
Leonard, what did we say about being a gullible weenie?
Could she have been gentler? Sure, but as we've already established, Leonard sometimes needs that unsugar-coated love, and that's something Penny has turned into an art form. Even when she doesn't use words to cut through the nonsense, she always has an eye roll at the ready.
Okay, what I'm hearing is that you feel that I sometimes take too long to express myself, and you wish I'd be more succinct.
You're only hearing that because I cannot roll my eyes any louder.
Number 34. Sheldon's earworm breakthrough. In this episode, Sheldon's driven mad by a melody he can't quite place or shake from his head.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T, no.
Is this what we're doing the rest of the night?
I'm surprised you have to ask.
It might be one of his most relatable moments ever, but we digress. Sheldon worries that his eidetic memory might be glitching, but Penny has a whole other take on the matter.
Not everybody. I have an eidetic memory. I should be able to remember what song this is, but I can't. Something's wrong with me.
I told you if we were patient, he'd figure it out for himself.
Well, if you ask us, that was kind of wishful thinking. In perhaps one of the sweetest moments, Sheldon realizes why the song has been stuck in his head all this time. Penny could have been all sweet and sentimental about it, but that's just not her style now, is it? Still, did she really have to do Amy dirty like that?
I know why the song was in my head.
Why?
It's about Amy.
Okay, look, I know Amy's like an old lady, but she's not old enough to have a song from the 60s written about her.
Number 33. If Einstein took driving lessons from Penny. It's one thing that Sheldon doesn't drive, but it's a whole other thing that he's a major passenger princess, and an insufferable one at that.
Wednesday's new comic book day. We have to go to the comic book store. And then we have to stop at Soup Plantation. It's Creamy Tomato Soup Day. And Radio Shack. There's a sale on AAA batteries. Plus, we have to go to Pottery Barn and return my Star Wars sheets.
It's actually surprising that he hasn't been ditched on the side of the road more often. Instead, his friends hold an intervention that ends with Sheldon and Penny at the DMV. When Sheldon argues that one of his idols couldn't drive either, Penny and Howard are quick to point out the other way he doesn't quite measure up.
Yeah, but Albert Einstein didn't make me wet myself at 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, and I never wanted to kick Albert Einstein in the nuts.
Later, during Sheldon's virtual driving lesson, Penny makes sure it feels really real by slamming a pillow into his face as a stand-in airbag. Talk about a crash course.
Hit the brakes! Hit the brakes!
Thank you.
Number 32. Penny cleans up Leonard's wardrobe. Leonard and Sheldon may provide the main conflict in this episode, but that doesn't mean there isn't time for Penny to get some shots in too.
Okay, here. Take this, and this, and this, and these.
Is this all stuff you want me to try on?
No, this is stuff I want you to throw out. Seriously, don't even give it to charity. It won't be helping anyone.
When the roommates are asked to present a paper together, Sheldon refuses, so Leonard decides to go it alone. Wanting to make a decent impression, he turns to Penny for wardrobe advice.
Oh, wow. A paisley shirt.
Goes with my corduroy suit.
If you mean it should end up in the same place, then I agree.
To her credit, she does try to help, but Penny, being Penny, can't resist dragging his questionable taste along the way. It's not just about saving Leonard from embarrassment, but also sparing the world from a walking fashion disaster. Honestly, Penny could have moonlighted on the fashion police.
Is this your only tie?
Technically, yes, but if you'll notice, it's reversible. So it works as two.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even think it works as one.
Number 31. Penny gives Sheldon relationship advice. Remember how we said earlier that no one seems more surprised than Penny that someone willingly chose Sheldon Cooper as a boyfriend?
I'm dating Sheldon Cooper.
Yes, on purpose.
That still holds true, but she's also the one they often turn to for relationship advice. Maybe it's because she never sugarcoats the facts. Sometimes she doesn't even wait for the full story before delivering her verdict.
You're not listening to my side of it.
Okay, fine. Sheldon, what is your side?
Well,
Nope, gotta go with Amy on this one.
Take this moment. Amy's upset with Sheldon, and unsurprisingly, he's clueless as to why. Penny, on the other hand, doesn't need much evidence to draw conclusions, and it doesn't hold back from sharing them.
So, what do you need help with?
Amy's mad at me, and I'm not clear why.
Okay, were you talking before she got upset?
Yes.
That's probably it.
Leonard's no help here either, which earns him a taste of Penny's caustic tongue too.
Wait, what is wrong with you two? He was talking about television during their date night.
No, not just date night, our 5th anniversary.
Okay, see, that's even dumber than you wondering if being bitten by a goat would give you the powers of a goat.
Number 30. When Sheldon cleaned her apartment. Okay, so the intention is certainly nice. Who doesn't love a clean apartment, right? Especially when you're not the one doing the cleaning.
I just want you to know that you don't have to live like this. I'm here for you.
What's he talking about?
It's a joke.
I don't get it.
Yeah, he didn't tell it right.
The problem, of course, comes from the fact that Sheldon broke into her place at night and did it while she was sleeping in the other room. It's pretty creepy, particularly because this was only the 2nd episode of the series, and the strong bond Penny and Sheldon would eventually form was years away.
You sick, geeky bastards!
How did she know it was us?
I may have left a suggested organizational schematic for her bedroom closet.
When she woke up the next morning, the only bond she was considering was, as she told Sheldon, bonding her shoe and his rear end.
And what kind of doctor removes shoes from asses?
Depending on the depth, that's either a proctologist or a general surgeon.
Number 29. FaceTime. The Big Bang guys might be geniuses, but their high IQs don't always equate to street smarts or understanding about relationships.
So Ruchi and I decided to keep things casual. Wait, what? I can handle casual.
For those matters, Penny is often their go-to person for advice. However, if you ask Penny for advice, you need to be prepared for the hard truth, which is something Raj learned when he tried to convince her that he could handle a casual relationship.
Okay. Put a rubber band around your wrist, and anytime you start planning your wedding or naming your children, I want you to stab yourself in the hand with a fork.
Now, to be fair, no one in the group would have bought that line from Raj, but Penny's response to his claims was particularly direct and funny.
Why do you keep doing that with your face?
Because you keep saying stupid things with yours.
Number 28. Sends Leonard on walks. Few people can go from sweet to savage the way Penny can.
He didn't mention that Alex was a girl.
Maybe he didn't notice.
You're right. I don't have to worry about Sheldon.
No, you do not.
There are tons of instances and one-liners to showcase this, but one of our favorites comes during the episode, The Military Miniaturization. She and Bernadette are talking about how uneasy Howard has been since the guy from the military showed up at their house.
I'm worried about Howard. Ever since that guy from the Air Force showed up, he's been a nervous wreck.
All right, we work at a giant pharmaceutical company. Get him some anti-anxiety meds.
In response, Penny offers up her own guidance for when she sees Leonard is feeling anxious. While taking a long walk sounds like very genuine and wholesome advice, one simple question quickly clarifies that it's for her benefit more than it is Leonard's.
You know, when Leonard's feeling anxious, I make him take a long walk.
Does that help?
For a while, then he comes back.
Number 27. Penny's from Nebraska. Penny being from Nebraska comes up on multiple occasions throughout the series.
How was Nebraska?
Well, better than North Dakota. I guess that joke's only funny in Nebraska.
Sometimes it's used as a way to poke fun at her and her Cornhusker roots. Other times it comes out in her toughness and take-no-prisoners attitude towards life that her genius friends just don't have. Remember when Leonard and Sheldon had a break-in at their apartment? Well, unlike the guys, Penny's first response isn't fear, but rather frustration that she wasn't home at the time.
I can't believe it. If I hadn't been working the dinner shift, I would have run right into the robbers.
Hey, there's no reason for you to be scared.
I'm not scared. I would have gone all Nebraska on their asses.
Then there was her declining paintball, because in Nebraska there are only 2 reasons they shoot things, and neither one is paint related.
Ooh, is this one of those paintball guns?
Yeah, you ought to come with us sometime.
Oh, no thanks, I'm from Nebraska. When we shoot things, it's because we want to eat them or make them leave our boyfriends alone.
Number 26. Everyone's a doctor, except Howard. While Sheldon is usually the one picking on Howard for not having his PhD, he isn't the only one who has some fun pointing it out. Even Dr. Gablehauser, the head of the physics department at the California Institute of Technology, makes sure Howard knows that he knows he isn't a doctor.
Boys,
Dr. Gablehauser?
Dr. Kuthapali,
Dr. Gablehauser.
Dr. Hofstadter,
Dr. Gablehauser.
Dr. Cooper,
Dr. Gablehauser.
Mr. Wolowitz.
Penny gets in on the shade throwing when Bernadette announces to the gang that she's going to get her PhD.
So what's your news, Bernadette?
The thesis committee accepted my doctoral dissertation. I'm getting my PhD.
Oh, congratulations.
Penny points out that pretty much everyone at the table is a doctor except for Howard, although she takes a slightly longer and savagely funnier route getting to that point.
You're a doctor, you're a doctor, you're a doctor, you're a doctor, and Howard, you know a lot of doctors.
Number 25. Penny's puzzles. What would you do if you found out your best friend was testing you with small puzzles and comparing your results to those of chimpanzees?
What if I told you that over the past few months, Amy has secretly been giving you little puzzles to test your intelligence against chimpanzees in her lab?
You'd be pretty miffed, right? Well, so was Penny when she found out Amy was doing as much to her. First, she confronted her friend and gave her a piece of her mind in her typical Penny way.
I figured out how to open the door all by myself. Maybe I'll fling some feces around my cage to celebrate.
What are you talking about?
I know you've been giving me secret puzzle tests.
Then, a little later on in the episode, when Amy hoped to make it up to her, Penny flung back with a puzzle of her own, though it didn't take much solving to figure out.
How can I make this up to you?
The answer's in this puzzle box. Let's see if you can open it.
Number 24. Forever 63. When it comes to Amy's fashion sense, Penny has some rather strong opinions.
You're smart, you've got great friends, you've got a boyfriend, you're pretty, you have zero fashion sense, but...
Sure, there was the whole hating Amy's wedding dress thing, but Penny's thoughts on her clothing didn't start there.
Do you love it?
Do you?
I do!
In season 6, the girls put on a little fashion show for the guys, who have chosen a boys-only game of D&D instead of spending time with their partners. Penny first announces Bernadette's sexy outfit and mentions it being from Forever 21. Then, as Amy shows off her conservative garb, Penny takes a stab at where this particular ensemble might be from.
And there's Amy, showing all kinds of ankle. In an outfit I'm assuming is from Forever 63.
Number 23, pop culture callout. We can all agree that Sheldon knows a lot about a lot of things. But as we've seen on multiple occasions, pop culture is the glaring outlier in his knowledge.
All right, singer who sang Oops, I Did It Again? Okay.
Penny takes the opportunity to keep her genius friends in check whenever she can, and this scene is a perfect example. When Sheldon tells her she could create a viable business with her penny blossoms, he follows up by being just a little too high and mighty about his smarts, and Penny has the perfect response.
You took advantage of modern marketing techniques and you optimized your manufacturing process. You might be able to make this a viable business.
And you know about that stuff?
Penny.
Oh, we marvel at how such a simple question can make him fall so far.
I'm a physicist. I have a working knowledge of the entire universe and everything it contains.
Who's Radiohead?
Number 22, speaking on behalf of all women. Howard's aggressive and slimy flirtations towards Penny in the early seasons of the show brought out her savageness, both verbally and physically. This brashness would come up again when Howard was hesitating about signing a prenuptial agreement prior to his marriage to Bernadette.
My dad, because I make a lot more money than Howie, he's putting a lot of pressure on me to get a prenup.
Ouch.
Yeah, Howie's gonna freak out.
Penny made her thoughts on the matter very clear, and advised Howard with about as much grace as a reversing dump truck.
Hey, what are you guys doing here?
We're grown men. We drink at bars.
No and no. Everything okay with you and Bernadette?
She even went as far to say that she wasn't just speaking for herself, but for all womankind. How Howard ever looked himself in the mirror after that is beyond us.
All right, Howard Wolowitz, listen up. You sign anything she puts in front of you because you are the luckiest man alive. If you let her go, there is no way you can find anyone else. Speaking on behalf of all women, it is not going to happen. We had a meeting.
Number 21, calling out Amy's mom. Amy's mother is a woman with some very hard-held opinions about pretty much everything, and she is certainly used to getting her way.
I'm surprised Amy didn't pick us up.
Oh, well, you know, she's pretty busy the day before her wedding.
Too busy for her mother? She used to be such a devoted daughter.
For the most part, she does, until she meets Penny. Well, not just regular Penny. We're talking maid of honor Penny.
What are you lunatics doing?
Sheldon had a breakthrough.
Well, actually, Amy and I had a breakthrough.
Oh, science? Shocking!
On Amy's wedding day, Mrs. Fowler gets up out of her seat, announcing that things are taking too long and that Sheldon must have stood her daughter up. Well, Penny's not having any of that. She was admittedly a lot nicer than she could have been, probably as a function of the special occasion, but she was strong and direct, and put Mrs. Fowler in her place beautifully.
Sheldon loves Amy, and he would never hurt her on her wedding day or any other day, so park it. Oh, you sit down too.
Number 20, Penny's magic potion. When the ladies' trip to Vegas is derailed, Penny, Amy, and Bernadette join the guys for a game of Dungeons and Dragons. Penny's first zinger of the night follows Sheldon's apprehensions over playing the game with women.
What's the big deal? Raj bailed so we could use some extra players.
Well, I've just never played Dungeons and Dragons with girls before.
Oh, don't worry, sweetie. No one has.
We could almost hear the collective gasp of D&D fans everywhere who felt personally targeted by her cutting remark. Still, Penny realizes that if she's going to spend the evening with Sheldon Cooper, she's going to need some help. And luckily, she knows just the rather on-theme magic potion to do the trick.
We don't consume alcohol during Dungeons and Dragons, but it impairs our judgment.
Oh, this isn't alcohol. It's a magic potion that makes me like you.
Harsh? Maybe. But we'd be lying if we said we hadn't thought about quoting her when dealing with difficult people in our own lives. Number 19. What up, Moonpie? When Sheldon forgets his flash drive at home, it's Penny to the rescue. Unfortunately, he hasn't quite grasped the concept of asking politely, which prompts Penny to have a little fun pushing all his buttons. Arguably the most savage moment is when she goes through Sheldon's private correspondence with his Meemaw.
Sheldon, are these letters from your grandmother?
Don't read those letters.
Oh, look, she calls you Moonpie. That is so cute.
Put down the letters!
If he was ever going to explode with rage, this would be the moment. Although she admits she went too far, she still can't help one more dig.
I kind of crossed a line. Put him back on.
Thank you.
I'm back.
What up, Moonpie?
We wonder how Sheldon reacted when he got home and saw the fate of his novelty puzzle box.
Did you hear the click?
Not yet. There it is.
In Penny's defense, this might have all been avoided if Sheldon had just started with please. Number 18. No robot is a match for Penny. In the first episode of season 4, Howard finds a multitude of uses for the robot arm he built, including using it to serve up dinner. Luckily, he did so before, well, surely you remember what he used it for after that. Everyone's super impressed by this new technology, perhaps none more than Sheldon, who informs Penny that she might one day lose her waitressing job to a similar machine.
You realize, Penny, that the technology that went into this arm will one day make unskilled food servers such as yourself obsolete.
Most robots might be quick and efficient, but they don't have Penny's lovable charm and unparalleled customer service, as she so quickly reminds Sheldon.
Really? They're gonna make a robot that spits on your hamburger?
We don't condone contaminating other people's food, but if Penny got around to it a few times, well, we're also not saying Sheldon didn't deserve it. Number 17. Directing Sheldon to the right person. Sheldon's a creature of habit, and he values a rigid routine.
We don't eat here. I don't know what's good.
Well, it's all good.
Statistically unlikely.
Just get a hamburger. You like hamburgers.
I like the hamburgers where we usually have hamburgers.
In this episode, he's finally become accustomed to the burgers at the Cheesecake Factory and considers making the establishment his permanent Tuesday eatery. Since this is still pretty early in their friendship, Penny hasn't yet warmed up to Sheldon or grown accustomed to his jibber-jabber.
Interesting. Do you know where the phrase jibber-jabber comes from?
Oh my God, you're about to jibber-jabber about jibber-jabber.
So when he asks her about the possibility of reserving their table every week for the foreseeable future, she dismisses his query with a snarky retort.
Really? Oh, yay.
Who do I speak to about permanently reserving this table?
I don't know, a psychiatrist?
Leonard's amused, but he's the only one laughing at their table. Poor Sheldon, always misunderstood. Still, no one could fault Penny for beating around the bush. Number 16. Messing with Raj. As you likely recall, in the earlier seasons of The Big Bang Theory, Raj struggled with speaking to most women, unless he was intoxicated.
Haven't you been listening to me? I cannot talk to women.
Raj?
No, let's see how long it takes him.
Raj, Penny, you say you can't talk to women, but you've been talking to me.
We're told he suffers from selective mutism, a very real and severe anxiety disorder. Unfortunately, on the show, it's often played for laughs.
So wait.
Howard lives with his mother and Raj can't speak to women unless he's drunk. Go.
Oh, that's fascinating. Selective mutism is quite rare.
It was perhaps best encapsulated by this exchange between Penny and Raj. Penny walks into the apartment and immediately addresses Koothrappali.
Yo, Raj, talk to me. Sorry, just screwing with ya.
He freezes up and looks crestfallen as the pressure builds. What was she expecting? That somehow the element of surprise would free him from his disorder? She then reveals she's just messing with him and everyone laughs. But you have to admit, that was pretty brutal. Number 15. Penny gets the breast of Leonard. Leonard's initially dismayed when his mom's book is on Penny's class reading list.
Recommended reading list for my psychology class.
come on. Not that book. It's got like every horrible story from my childhood in it.
However, he soon realizes what a powerful tool it can be and uses it to manipulate her. It's Howard's failure to replicate Leonard's success later on that causes the truth to come out. Penny sets quite the trap for her devious boyfriend. We can't imagine a more brutal punishment than getting him all riled up before unleashing his cold, straight-talking psychiatrist mother on him.
Mom?
I understand you have been whining about my parenting in order to emotionally manipulate your girlfriend.
Bernadette told me everything. Now you don't get the left or the right.
And as we all know, Beverly Hofstadter can barely open her mouth without letting loose a tirade of biting quips.
Let's discuss why you continue to involve me in your sex life.
Oh, please, Mommy. No, Mommy!
We imagine Leonard learned his lesson in the same way one has a bucket of ice water dumped on them. Number 14. Penny was a jerk as a teenager. When Leonard gets an unwelcome blast from the past, Penny's forced to reevaluate her own youth. With some help from Bernadette and Amy, she soon realizes that she was not a nice person as a teen, and that's putting it mildly. What she calls a harmless prank is actually super cruel.
Kathy Geiger got really good grades, so we blindfolded her, tied her up, and left her in a cornfield overnight.
God, that's awful.
No, it was funny. Everyone laughed.
She tries to make amends, but it's too little too late. So her friends suggest she'll feel better by performing good deeds. While she's initially on board, this glimmer of altruism quickly fades away. Usually, we're all for Penny's savageness, but stealing clothes from a donation bin is all kinds of low.
Look at these cute jeans someone just threw away.
Donated.
Yes, to a poor waitress who loves a boot cut.
We're glad she ultimately had a change of heart. Number 13. Penny's not into Howard and Raj's new look. Before meeting Bernadette, Howard went to disturbing lengths to meet women, often dragging Raj along in his crazy schemes. In one of their most outlandish attempts, the duo dresses up in Goth style, tattoo sleeves and all. Penny wastes no time informing the guys exactly what she thinks of their new look.
What's going on, day dwellers?
Oh man, did the Kiss Army repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell?
After they leave, Leonard can't help but make a jibe of his own too.
They're gonna get beaten up at that club.
This provides the perfect setup for Penny, who knocks it out of the park with these pithy last words.
They're gonna get beaten up at Walgreens.
Penny's delivery may be cruel, but her advice is usually sound, something Howard and Raj come to learn by the end of the night. Number 12. Penny's got no time for toys. Penny is understandably mad when the guy's new movie memorabilia costs her a day's pay at work. In her fury, she ruthlessly berates them, taking aim at their likes, hobbies, and collectibles.
My God, you are grown men! How could you waste your lives with these stupid toys and costumes and comic books and—
We can understand why she's angry, but geez, did she have to make it so personal? It doesn't help when Sheldon seemingly misreads her frustration or just chooses to ignore it, inciting this fiery takedown of the time machine.
Please, it's not a time machine. If anything, it looks like something Elton John would drive through the Everglades.
We have to admit, our hearts sank a little when she called them all pathetic.
Pathetic. All of you, completely pathetic.
The impact her berating leaves on Leonard in particular is heartbreaking. True, she later apologizes, but she ultimately can never unsay her harsh words. Number 11. Fighting for her friends. Whether she's warding off Howard's advances or tormenting Sheldon, Penny gets her fair share of snappy comebacks in this episode.
Anyone could rent that apartment now. An opera singer, the cast of Stomp. Yeah, a tap dancing pirate with a wooden leg.
However, perhaps the most memorable of them all is incited by her rivalry with new neighbor Alicia. Penny feels threatened when there's a new queen bee in the hive, and tries her hardest to get back on top. Although she's jealous of all the attention the guys give their new neighbor, she also recognizes that she's just using them. Things turn catty fast during their confrontation, and Penny demonstrates just how far she'll go to defend her friends.
Please don't take advantage of them. Who says I'm taking advantage of them? Come on, they're doing everything for you because you're leading them on.
We don't know what the guys would do without Penny in their corner. Number 10. No time for Raj's shaming. Yes, Penny's a fierce defender of her friends, but she's also not above using Leonard's infatuation with her to her advantage. In fact, we imagine she'd have to sell a whole lot of cheesecakes to even make a dent in the tab she amassed for all that takeout. Still, we don't approve of the way Raj, assisted by Howard, shames her for scoring a free meal.
What?
He said if he had woman parts, he'd eat for free the rest of his life.
But this is Penny we're talking about, and she won't take that kind of talk from anyone, as Raj soon finds out.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to talk to yourself.
If she were paying in savage takedowns, Penny would have repaid her debt several times over and still had plenty to spare. Number 9, keeping her libido in check. Sheldon has a habit of speaking out of line. However, Penny's never afraid to put him back in his place.
So, do you find the weather satisfying? Are you currently sharing in the triumph of some local sports team?
What's wrong with you? You're freaking me out.
In season 2, Leonard starts dating Dr. Stephanie Barnett, much to Sheldon's delight. He tells Penny that out of all of Leonard's girlfriends, she's the only one that he finds tolerable. Yes, Penny included.
Of the handful of women Leonard's been involved with, she's the only one I have ever found tolerable.
Well, what about me?
The statement stands for itself.
Then, in a very Sheldon-esque way, he asks his neighbor to refrain from acting upon her urges so as not to come between Leonard and his Sheldon-approved paramour. Penny's unimpressed and responds with a biting remark.
I would ask you to find some way to suppress your libido.
I could think about you.
Fine, whatever works.
Unfortunately, her fiery comeback is lost on Sheldon. However, we all got it and collectively oohed and gasped at our televisions. Number 8, Sheldon's an alien. Throughout the show, it's been implied that Sheldon's either a robot or not of this planet.
Based on that ring on your finger, I'd say you're pretty good at controlling robots.
Careful, that's my fiancé you're talking about. And I can program him to hurt you.
Penny seems to buy into the latter based on a couple of cutting remarks she's thrown his way over the years. For instance, after their apartment gets robbed, Sheldon decides to leave Pasadena forever, leading Penny to ask him how the mothership will find him if he keeps moving around.
I'm leaving Pasadena forever. Tell me how that's overreacting.
Come on, Sheldon, you can't move. Don't you need to stay in one place so the mothership can find you when it returns?
A few episodes later, Sheldon corners her in the laundry room to convince her to let him take her place on Leonard's Switzerland trip. She knows what's coming and responds with a suitably disparaging clapback.
All right, let's dispense with the friendly banter. I believe you know why I'm here.
Well, I always figured it was to study us, discover our weaknesses, and report back to your alien overlords.
We don't know if aliens exist, but Penny makes some pretty compelling, albeit sarcastic, arguments. Number 7, helping Leonard get his tuition refunded. Leonard agrees to walk a mile in Sheldon's metaphorical shoes until he resolves the problem of a long overdue DVD. The idea is that a sweater will represent Sheldon's figuratively itchy brain when it comes to unresolved issues.
If this sweater shuts you up, I'm gonna make a fortune selling them to everyone we know. Now, all I need to do is head down to the video store and return the DVD.
However, things quickly spiral out of hand when what was seemingly an easy task soon becomes an impossible mission. Leonard spends much more time in the uncomfortable garment than expected, and it starts taking a physical and emotional toll.
It's called proving a point.
Is the point you're an idiot?
Gentlemen, please. Leonard is trying to walk a mile in my metaphorical shoes.
Penny urges him to take it off when Sheldon isn't around, but he refuses. So she tries another, more direct approach to highlight his stupidity.
Smile,
What is that? What is that for?
so you can send it to Princeton and get your money back.
We wonder what stung more, that sweater or Penny's sharp tongue. Number 6, the importance of 21 seconds. In this episode, the guys enthusiastically get ready to go watch a version of Raiders of the Lost Ark that contains 21 extra seconds of footage that's never been released. Howard extends the invitation to Penny, but she's not exactly grabbing her fedora and whip and jumping for joy.
What? 21 seconds? That'll be like seeing a whole new movie.
Exactly. They say it finally solves the submarine controversy.
She even pokes a little fun at the guys over their excitement. Leonard comments that they'd still be a couple if she understood the value of an extra 21 seconds. But Penny disagrees.
Yeah, I think I'll pass, but you guys enjoy your extra 21 seconds.
But if I could make you understand why this is such a cool thing, we'd still be together.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't.
It's rather harsh, especially in front of all of his friends, but it's still incredibly funny. Howard and Raj are on hand to help bring it home.
Uh-huh. I'm guessing 21 seconds had something to do with that, too.
Leonard might want some ice for that double burn. Number 5, poking fun at Howard's dating record. Until Penny introduced him to Bernadette, Howard's dating record wasn't exactly something to write home about.
Look, Howard, this is our 3rd date, and we both know what that means.
We do.
We're told that his dates usually required payment or inflating, and his handful of flings never lasted long. So when he gets a phone call during dinner and happily declares that he's going to get busy that night, Penny's understandably confused.
Ooh, looks like I'm gonna have sex tonight. Hey, baby.
What she doesn't know is that Howard and Leslie Winkle have recently started a friends with benefits relationship. So when he gleefully shares his evening plans, she jumps straight to the most logical explanation.
His right hand is calling him?
No, it's Leslie Winkle. It's a long story.
Penny's a master of throwing shade at the guys, but this has to be one of her finest and funniest moments of savagery. Number 4, quick draw. In one of the show's most surprising moments, we learn that Penny and Raj spent the night together.
Really? Still can't talk to me?
Following this, it becomes clear that both parties have very different takeaways from the night's events, leading Raj to make a confession.
I had trouble putting it on, and you tried to help, and that was all she wrote.
Penny lets him down gently, but that doesn't stop him from trying to show off to his friends later on. When Penny stops by to tell the guys she's decided to move home, Raj tries to make it all about him. If only he'd seen the look on her face, he probably would have stopped talking sooner. But with just a few short, sharp words, Penny's able to render him silent.
Be just one of those memories you have and can call to mind when you're feeling blue or you're in the shower.
Hey, what you doing, quick draw?
Number 3, fighting with Sheldon. In arguably one of the most iconic episodes, Penny and Sheldon engage in battle after he banishes her from the apartment.
All right, that's it. Strike 3.
Ooh, strike 3. I'm banished? What the hell kind of crap is that?
Don't worry, I'll talk to him.
The escalating feud sees both pull out all the stops to come out on top, and some of it is plain vicious. However, it also gives us some of our favorite acerbic quotes courtesy of this Nebraska native. Penny delivers the first blow when she refuses to take Sheldon's order at the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, I didn't tell you? You're banished from the Cheesecake Factory.
Why?
Well, you have 3 strikes. 1 coming in, 2 sitting down, and 3, I don't like your attitude.
Later, during their heated exchange in the laundry room, she fires back at Sheldon with the ultimate comeback.
Woman, you are playing with forces beyond your ken.
Yeah, well, your Ken can kiss my Barbie.
Perhaps she has no idea what Sheldon's talking about, but that doesn't stop her from getting the last stinging word. Number 2, Penny takes down Howard. Being a savage isn't necessarily a bad thing, and sometimes it's even warranted.
Well, that may be a slight exaggeration. You'd be the only doable girl.
You're a pig, Howard.
Case in point, Penny reaches her breaking point with Howard's incessant lewd remarks and lets him have it. She doesn't hold back, and her harsh words leave everyone stunned in silence.
Flirting? You think I'm flirting with you? I am not flirting with you! No woman is ever gonna flirt with you. You're just gonna grow old and die alone.
In her defense, Penny had been warding off Howard's crudeness for ages, while he showed no consideration for her feelings. Yes, Howard's feelings got hurt by her scathing remarks, but at least he finally got the message. Many fans believed this was a turning point for Howard Wolowitz, and he was better off for it.
Yes, now he knows what bathtubs are capable of doing when you don't treat them with respect.
And we have Penny and her barbed words to thank for that. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Avenging Sheldon and Glenn the Battle Ostrich. While the guys are often the primary targets of Penny's caustic tongue, they've also benefited from it.
They took my battle ostrich!
Oh no, not Glenn.
Yes, Glenn, only bird I ever loved.
When Sheldon's World of Warcraft game gets hacked, they venture on an unsuccessful mission to retrieve the stolen virtual goods.
I'm Sheldor of Azeroth. I want my things back.
I don't think so. Let me see that.
Careful, that's a collectible.
I know. I've always wanted one.
To add insult to injury, Leonard's car breaks down on the way home, so they call Penny to pick them up. She decides to show them how to get revenge Nebraska style and confronts Sheldon's online nemesis.
Todd Zarnecki was mean.
All right, hang on.
What are you doing?
Gonna show you how we finish a quest in Nebraska.
If Penny's words didn't sting, then her sharp kick most certainly did. We're not condoning violence, of course. Say what you will about Penny, but she knows how to get a job done.
Well, then good news. Today's the day a girl's finally gonna touch you in your little special place. Now give him his stuff back.
And when she goes into Savage Beast mode, it's usually a bonus. Which Savage Penny moment left you with a secondhand burn? Let us know in the comments.